Good night, good afternoon, good morning, everyone. So I'm going to explain this code that I have here in the PSoC that I created. In this case, I'm going to start talking about the thumb design I have here. Thumb design, the thing that I modified it was only putting those outputs in order to input the LEDs, the red, blue, and green LEDs, to indicate different functions of the security box. Then we have the design that we added those LEDs in those sections in the design in the physical PSoC. That information you can look it in the report also. Well, I'm going to explain a little bit the main. We have the main code. In this case, the main code, how this works easily. In this part of the code, we focus on calling the libraries or save box. In this case, is log.h. Likewise, we command to initialize secure ones only once. You can see it's not in the for, it's outside for. But also all the necessary libraries created during the past practice or code. Now you can see we have kpath, link displayed, and this new is log.h. And we have another called bold kflag that is a universal variable. I'm going to explain a little bit later. So we can talk then about the library log.h. Well, in this part of that code, we focus on creating the headers file that will serve us to send information and indication of what should be done in the respective parts of the code. You can see we have a lot of parts. We have 5 functions, and then obviously it's very important to work with the .c file. What does .c do? Well, in this part we are going to talk in sections. In this case, I'm going to start explaining this section that I have here. What does that section do? In this case, it focuses precisely on including all the libraries again, as well as starting to create functions. In this case, a character type variable is created that already exists and will be part of a global variable. So create the variables of the password and a clean record for a user password. In this case, we have the password default 0, 1, 2, 3, 3, 4. In this case, 1, 2, 3 B. And then the user's password is 0, 0, 0 is clean. So in addition, another variable is created to establish if the box is open or closed. In this case, is int slug equal to 0, and a kflag that will allow us to save the same data. So in this case, we'll save the letters that we have pressed. Then we have this part of the code. Look in this part on this characteristic. What does it do? Well, in this part of the code, only the data is stored in the respective form, the close, open, etc. If it's closed, it will show the text, obviously close, and as well as it will display the LED that is going to work. Otherwise, a respective open text will be shown, as well as is LED or respective indicate that is open. Obviously initialize, and we make the call functions, and then we are going to talk about this function. We have this function and this function. 2 functions are very similar, not similar, but they are very dependent of each other. In this case, both of course are closely related, and what first header function does is receive the data and compare them according to what has been receiving. In this case, I have it here. This part is going to be compared. Here is the comparison on the real data, the data that is input in the keyboard, and the data that it has kept in the code, the default data. So in addition, when a key is pressed, there is a LED that will light up thanks to the key flag. In this part, is going to use the LED function, which when saving at one, allow the LED to be turned on. In addition, this is going to be repeated 4 times because the while is established to make it 4 times. Once it already has different for data, what we proceed is to enter the function. We compare the data entered. In this case, the function is here. This is the entered data. It should be known that if the PSoC has been pressed, a string comparison will be made between the new user password with the one entered. Otherwise, the default password will be taken. If the string is not the same, it is sent to the beginning of the code again to lose the key again, to put the key in again. But is correct, is simply sent to the following function, which tells us that is open. No? So in this case, we come to here again. If not, we are going to be here in this part. I'm going to explain that part of the code. Here it only indicates that when B is pressed, the box will be closed. Otherwise, the word open will be played again for a reason. It returns again the function. I think this is last part of the code that makes a very interesting function. In this case, in this last part, when the letter C is called, it enters to the password change mode. It will ask for the user a new password, which will be entered in a while or 4 interactions, in which all those to enter 4 digits. A special LED lights up that indicates that the password is being changed. Once the 4 digits are entered, the box closes and asks for the password, but not the user's password, the previous one. So in this part, we're going to write the other LED I have here, and obviously in this part, now when you try to put the password key to the user key, it will be different for the new one. So that's how the code works. Obviously, it's going to call some functions, for example, the keypad, the library path, something like that. So something to notice, for example, in the keypad.c, it was that we added bold key flag. Called bold key flag. That is our global variable. In this case, when is something detected in the keyboard, key flag is equal to true. Key flag is equal to true is going to keep the information of which letter has been pressed, and then it's going to clean the flag. So that's the thing that is going to do that code in order to keep the information and carry out the information to the matricial, the safe security library. So that's all. Thank you so much.